Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Now, this afternoon, I just want to make a quick video on the camera gear that I've been using to film these videos. One or two of the subscribers would have asked, questions as to what camera I'm using and that kind of stuff. So, just thought I'd make a quick video to show you guys the cameras that I use, right, at present. Now, the first camera that I started using was my cell phone, right? A lot of the content you would have seen in the earlies on the channel would have been taped on my cell phone. A Samsung, I think it's an A35, cheap phone, but it did the job, did what it needed to do at that time. Right. Also at that time when I used the phone to film those interviews and stuff like that with regards to RC helicopters and the guys that I've interviewed, the pilots and stuff like that. That was filmed on my cell phone. I also bought one of the Hollyland Lark. I don't know which one in by some one of them. This one, this microphone. This is what I use. The Hollyland. I use this one with my cell phone. Right? That's what I used to use. I use this with my cell phone. The Hollyland. I can't remember which one, but as I said before, well, I didn't say before, but let me preface this by saying this. By no means am I any camera and audio expert. No. I'm not any expert on this camera gear and audio gear stuff. Neither am I doing a review on any of the equipment I have. All these equipment were purchased by me. I bought them. They weren't given to me by anybody to review or to say anything like that. I'm just trying to respond to some of the comments about what gear I'm using. So I'm not by no means any expert on this, and by no means have I been given any equipment by any company free of charge to review, so I can see what I want to see, because I purchased all these with my cash. Right? Just want to say that up front. So I'm not any expert on this. I'm just a YouTuber filming stuff and putting content out there. Right? So as I said before, I filmed a lot of this stuff in the earlies on my cell phone, and this is the mic I used along with the cell phone to capture the audio and stuff like that, right? Served pretty well, worked pretty well. Good audio. I wouldn't tell a lie. The audio was good. I used it for quite a while. Served the purpose. Audio was nice, clean, crisp. I didn't find the rejection was so good on like the external noises, like the filter for I can't remember the word now, boy. But filter, let's call it. But when you turn that on to kill the background noise, right? And so it just captures your voice crisp and clear. It worked, but I find it wasn't as crisp as the one I do use now, right? But very good microphone. I bought it on Amazon, I think. All the equipment I have, I purchased on Amazon. All of them, right? All of them I purchased on Amazon. So I used this Hollyland microphone with my cell phone in the earlies to film my content, and it worked well, right? But as with everything else, you always want to step up and get something new. So after purchasing this mic and my cell phone, I purchased the Osmo Action 3. Now, by DJI, the DJI Osmo Action 3. That was just about a year ago. I purchased that camera because I purchased the camera just before I went on vacation last Christmas in Jamaica. So lots of the content that would have come out after the Christmas and during the Christmas last year would have been from the Osmo Action 3 camera. All those videos on the Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica, YS Falls, the Crocodile Safari in Black River. You know, by the way, my heart goes out to those people in St. Elizabeth with regards to the storm Melissa. Really hope that they get back on their feet quickly. Right? So, yeah, that camera filmed all that content. The Osmo Action 3 DJI. Right? As I said, I purchased all these cameras. I'm not doing any review for anybody. I bought these things, so I'm just giving the facts. And the camera worked well. Filmed all that content and good picture. I also used the Holyland microphone on it as well, because you could use the USB-C port and jack in the microphone. So it did work well for me along with the Osmo Action 3. Now the Osmo Action 3 is what I'm using right now to film the overhead shots. But the Osmo Action 3 is what I used for that trip last Christmas to Jamaica. All right, so I also purchased the handle. This handle by DJI. This handle here by DJI. Are you seeing that there, right? And then the camera that focus into right. This DJI handle. What this does is it the camera clamps onto these clamps here. Right? The camera clamps onto these clamps, and you can control the camera via buttons. Well, you jack it into the C port on the side here. You use the jack that's coming out, the jack that's coming out of the handle into the C port to charge the camera, right? And to control, like to switch on the camera, take pictures, take videos, quick shots, and that kind of thing, right? That is what this handle is used for, and it recharges the battery in the camera, right? But what I did not know at the time was that the Osmo Action 3 only could be charged from this handle. It could not, the buttons could not work. The firmware did not allow for this handle to work with the Osmo Action 3. It worked with the Osmo Action 4 up to 5 and the 5 Pro, right? At that time. But at that time, I didn't opt to buy the 4 and 5, 4 or the 5. I bought the 3. But I bought the handle thinking it would work, and it didn't. Right? You had some little conflicting views on the internet with regards to if it would work or not. Some were saying yes, it could work. Some saying no, but I did buy it, and all it could do was charge the Osmo Action 3. It didn't do any of the knobs on the handle didn't work. So for all those footage around Christmas last year, Grand Market in Junction, St. Elizabeth, all those footage were done on the Osmo Action 3 with this DJI handle here, you know, to do all the taping and the filming and stuff like that, along with the Holyland Lark microphone. That is what I used in that last Christmas in Jamaica to do those films, those videos, right? So fast forward now to September going there, September 2025, right? Took a trip to the US, you know, just trying to unwind from all the happenings of the year, right? So while in New Jersey, I spent some time in New Jersey. I bought the Osmo Action 4, right? I don't know, like there's a bug that bites you when you buy these things, right? It had a good deal with it, so I just purchased the Osmo Action 4. Now the 4, right? As you can see, it's just about the same size as the 3, right? Same size as the 3. Now I am not a guru on these cameras with all the technical stuff and the sensor size and all that stuff, right? But the color grading on this Osmo Action 4, I think, well, I don't know, but the color was different to the Osmo Action 3. I can't lie. The color was really nice. You were getting some nice color straight out of the camera. No kind of color grading or no fixing of anything in post. You know, it was really nice. That really got me going with it. And it worked with the handle. So then I could actually now use the handle with the camera I could have used the camera with the handle to turn it on and off and start to record, stop recording and everything from the handle, and also charge back the camera when the battery goes down, right? So main reason I bought it is that I find the color coming out of the camera was a lot better and it could work with the handle. So that is why I purchased the 4, even though I knew I had the 3, but the 3 couldn't work with the handle. And I already had the handle, so I just bought the 4, right? Also, I don't know if you noticed, but this camera clips on to the bottom of the handle. Well, the top of the handle, there are these little teeth that you press, right? And you see at the bottom of the camera, there are these grooves. So that goes in and it's magnetic. If you put it in this way, it's wrong. It's magnetic, it wouldn't fit. You put it this way and it locks into place. You can't get that out no matter how you try. So, you know, you could do a lot of videos with it and it wouldn't pop off. Stick it in your car, whatever, bicycle, motorbike, it ain't going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. So I bought the Action 4. Now with the Action 4 as well, for audio, I realized that the DJI Mini microphone could bind directly to the camera via Bluetooth. So via Bluetooth, you could have used the DJI Mini mic directly to the camera without any receiver. So you don't have to plug in any wires, plug in any USB-C cable, anything. It just would allow you to bind a Bluetooth, one of the mics, straight to the camera. So, you know what happened again after that now? I went and I purchased the DJI Mic Mini, right? Went and purchased the DJI Mic Mini now. Now the microphone that I'm using the Mic Mini at the moment. You see it on the chest here, and the receiver is on the camera, right? So it's not in the case. Came with a case, a charging case. There's one of the mics here as well. So I'm using one, and one is in the case still. The receiver is on the other camera that's taking the other shot, right? So when I got the 4, I bought the Mic Mini so I could bind directly to the 4. I have my handle, the DJI handle, and my mic directly to the camera, and everything's sweet. So I have no challenges there. I could, you know, do what I want now. Wireless. And I'm charging back my battery and I'm doing everything. So that was that. But just before leaving to come back home from New Jersey, from the States, just before leaving to come back home, I got a deal on the the Osmo Action 5, right? Pro. The DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. So, you know, as somebody who like gadgets, you know what happened. So I bought the DJI Action 5 Pro and brought it back. As a matter of fact, the day I got it is the same day I left to come back home in Tobago. So, you know, I was digging up on the plane. I was setting it up on the plane to come home from JFK. I used it when I came back here for the first time. So I bought the 5. Now the 5 now also works with the handle, right? The 5 works with the handle and charges back and everything. I could start the video, stop the video, turn the camera on, everything. Have my quick shots, everything from the handle, you know? Could do everything from the handle. But the nice part about the Osmo Action 5, right? See, to me, it looks a little smaller, but all of them is about the same size, right? All of them are about the same size. But what I like with the 5 is that the 2 microphones, not just one, right? Not just one. The 2 microphones, the 2 DJI microphone minis would bind by Bluetooth to this camera. Not just one, the 2 of them. So with the 4, one would bind. But with this new one now, the Osmo Action 5, the 2 mic minis would bind to the camera. So you're completely wireless. You don't need any receiver, right? No receiver needed. So you just bind the 2 of them to the camera and you're good to go. No wires. Everything now straight up. And that is what I love about the 5. I think they said the 5 have a little better sensor. As I said, I'm not a guru on cameras, so don't quote me on anything that I might have said wrong. I think there's a little difference in the sensor. Not sure. We have the 4 and the 5 carrying the same sensor. I think the 3 have a different sensor though, smaller sensor. But I find the 5 gives you some clean footage. Clean, very, very clean. The 5 is clean and it does better to me at night. In the night, there's a night mode in the camera. In the 5, there's also a night mode. So it takes better shots at night and it's clean. It's clean, I wouldn't lie. Although the 4 gives you a nice color. The 4 gives you a nice color, but boy, the 5 is clean. I know the 5 look a little bigger, I ain't even sure who a little bigger. But it's clean. 5 is really, really clean. I wouldn't lie about that. The 5 clean. But that's how the progression went in buying these cameras. So I have the DJI Osmo Action 3, I have the Osmo Action 4, and I have the Osmo Action 5, right? I have all these. Now there's an Osmo Action 6 out, which I have not purchased because I've only just recently gotten the 5. But who knows? You know, who knows? DJI, I don't know if you want to send one for this lonely YouTuber who now trying to make something of the channel. I don't know if you're gonna send one for me or some goodies from DJI. You see, I'm an avid follower of the DJI brand and products, right? I even had drones. So I do fly some drones. A lot of the shots you might see in some of the videos too will be drone. I had the Mini 2 SE drone, DJI Mini 2 SE drone. I've since sold it, but so I'm an avid fan of the brand DJI. I've had drones. I have a lot of the stuff, right? So I have the Osmo Action 3, 4, and 5. So DJI, send me a 6 now. I will review that one, right? I'll review that one. Or some goodies, right? So, as I said before, not for any long video. Just wanted to show you guys the gear that I've been using. The YouTube channel probably just going to be a year old in this month. When I can't remember the first day I posted a video. Not good with those dates business, right? But what I can do is check it back. But it's just about a year I've started posting on YouTube, right? From my cell phone to the DJI Action 3, to the Action 4, to the Action 5, right? But I think my next one might be the 360 DJI camera. Before I even get a 6, I feel I might go with the 360 DJI to get better POVs and better views now. right? Better video footage, you know, but different angles and stuff like that, right? So I also bought the camera that I'm filming on right now. This camera here, that's filming the shot of me here, is a Canon Vixia G70, I think, yeah, G70. I'm not a camera guru. By no means am I a camera guru. So I'm saying that it's a Canon Vixia G70. It's like a camcorder style. I also have a monitor hooked up to it as well. So the filming bug really bit me hard. So I've been buying some stuff. So that's what's on the tripod there, filming at the moment. I'll see if I could splice in a shot of it in the video so you can see the camera that I'm using to take the shot that I'm there. And this shot here is the one overhead is the one from the Osmo Action 3 camera. Also have a little Ulanzi light here, lighting up the scene a little bit because it's a bit dark here now, getting into night. So, folks, that's about it. Didn't want to keep you guys too long. Just wanted to show you the equipment I'm using to tape these videos that I've been doing. Nothing extravagant, from my cell phone to the Osmo Action, and also now I have the Canon Vixia G70 as well. As I said, not for a long video this afternoon. So that's what I'm using to tape these videos. Hope you're enjoying the videos, and I'll catch you guys again sometime in another video.